Greece, Turkey, and Bulgaria were struck by devastating floods in the past few days. These floods have been caused by a powerful storm named Daniel. In Greece, the situation is especially critical, as some villages have been completely submerged by the floodwaters, and the port city of Volos has been left without electricity. The Greek government has declared a state of emergency and deployed hundreds of rescue workers to help the affected people. This is the biggest flood phenomenon that Greece has ever experienced, according to the Greek Civil Protection Minister. At least 14 people have lost their lives, and several remain missing across Greece, Turkey, and Bulgaria as torrential rain and severe flooding continue to batter southern Europe. Flooding has claimed the lives of at least 3 individuals in mainland Greece, 7 in Turkey, and 4 on Bulgaria's Black Sea coastline. A level 2 of 3 warning for severe storms was issued Wednesday for parts of Greece, highlighting threats including torrential rainfall and potentially tornadoes. Greece's Minister for Climate Crisis and Civil Protection, Vasilis Kikilias, emphasized the absolute priority of rescuing people and protecting critical infrastructure. The military deployed over 25 boats, 7 helicopters, and a military transport plane to assist in rescue efforts. Despite challenges posed by washed-out roads, swift water rescue specialists, divers, and the army persisted in their attempts to reach remote areas. The floods come in the wake of devastating wildfires that ravaged central Greece, further exacerbating the country's challenges. A forest fire in the northeastern region of Evros, where a significant blaze occurred just last week, added to the ongoing crisis. Defense Minister Nikos Dendias, cutting short a trip to Dubai, returned to Greece to oversee the military's involvement in addressing the weather-related consequences. A nursing home in Volos faced evacuation as a part of the building collapsed due to the relentless rains, as reported by Greek public broadcaster ERT. Meteorologist Dimitris Ziakopoulos, working for the Greek government's Civil Protection Department, highlighted the extraordinary nature of the rainfall during a televised briefing, stating that it is a huge number for Greek records and for most regions in Europe. The rainfall in Greece surpassed the amount normally seen in an entire year, as per Greek meteorologists. According to observations by Greece's Meteorological Service, an astonishing 600 to 800 millimeters of rain fell in the area around Mount Pelion, near Volos, within a 24-hour period. The impact was devastating, causing roads to collapse, with dozens of residents in Pelion trapped in floods and subsequently evacuated by the Greek Fire Service. Traffic bans were enforced in the towns of Trikala, Pharsala, and Karditsa in central Greece to manage the crisis. Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis addressed the nation, characterizing the weather phenomenon as totally extreme and urging the public to adhere to instructions from authorities. The severity of the situation prompted the government to take drastic measures, including traffic restrictions and evacuation efforts to ensure the safety of the affected population. In Turkey, the storm also wreaked havoc, resulting in at least 5 deaths in Kırklareli, in the northwestern part of the country, due to flash floods caused by torrential rain, as reported by the state news agency Anadolu. Additionally, 2 casualties were reported in the Istanbul districts of Başakşehir and Küçükçekmece on Tuesday, according to the Turkish Ministry of Interior Disaster and Emergency Management Presidency, AFAD. Bulgaria's Black Sea coastline was not spared from the catastrophe, with 4 confirmed deaths in the municipality of Sarajevo in southern Bulgaria, one of the worst affected areas, according to national broadcaster BNT. Although weather conditions along the southern Black Sea coast have improved, with the restoration of electricity and water services, the situation remains challenging. Water is only permitted for domestic use, and not for drinking due to concerns about contamination. Bulgaria's Prime Minister Nicolae Denkov emphasized the need for urgent repairs to address the extensive damage to roads and bridges in the affected areas. The aftermath of the storm has left communities grappling with the destruction of vital infrastructure, requiring coordinated efforts for recovery. The severe rain and flooding are attributed to a very strong low-pressure system, the center of which has slowed to a crawl west of Greece in the Mediterranean. The storm's persistence is expected to bring heavy rounds of rainfall across the region for the next day or so. The storm is showing signs of developing into a metacane, a tropical-like cyclone that can bring hazardous conditions to the Mediterranean Sea and coastal countries, resembling tropical storms and hurricanes in the Atlantic or typhoons in the Pacific. In Greece, the situation remains dire as rescue teams grapple with the aftermath of the storms. Authorities deployed divers and swift water rescue specialists to aid villages cut off by floodwaters. Residents, seeking refuge on their rooftops as floodwaters rose over 2 meters, 6 feet, reported collapsing homes and appealed for urgent rescue efforts. The fire department conducted daring airlifts, rescuing around 60 people who had spent the night and much of Thursday stranded on rooftops without food or water. Helicopters, hindered earlier by frequent lightning, resumed rescue operations in the wider Karditsa area. However, at least 3 villages in central Greece remained completely isolated, prompting desperate pleas for assistance via radio stations. The loss of lives, destruction of homes and infrastructure, and the ongoing rescue and recovery efforts serve as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of different communities to the impacts of extreme weather events. As these regions grapple with the consequences of climate change, concerted efforts at the national and international levels are imperative to address the root causes and build resilience in the face of an uncertain and changing climate. It is always difficult to determine why a certain disaster happens. The only thing we can all do is stick together, work towards the future, and help each other wherever possible. If you want to stay updated on these subjects, please subscribe and leave a comment below to share your thoughts.